Tonight's Market Monitor has 3 picks. She says will do very well in a rising interest rate environment. Last time she was on in July, she picked Nutanix, which is up 62%. JP Morgan Chase up 23%. The iShares NASDAQ Biotech Index up 8%. And Alexion Pharmaceuticals 4% higher. Mariann Montagne is with us tonight. She's a portfolio manager at Gradient Investments. Mariann, welcome back. Let's get a quick thought, if we might, on this big 665-point decline on the Dow today. How nervous should we be, or not nervous at all?
Yeah, I don't think we should be all that nervous given the gains that we had in January. You know, we've been calling for a pullback in the market because that's a normal thing for probably the last 5 months, and it's finally here. I don't think that the data that came out today supports this kind of decline in the marketplace, but people are taking some profits and giving us some buying opportunities.
Well, speaking of buying opportunities, let's get to your stock picks. The first is Pinnacle Financial Partners. It's about a $5 billion market cap. Why do you like it?
Right. This is a bank based in Nashville, which is it's one of the top growing metropolitan areas in the entire country. The growth just doesn't stop. And they've been growing their loans at about a 10% rate. Well, that compares to more like a 3 or 4% rate across the rest of the country. We think that the tax reform, accelerated depreciation, more expensing on the part of the companies will only accelerate that rate of growth. But recently, they kind of stumbled with an acquisition in the Carolinas and Virginia, and that's given us a buying opportunity here. So we think we can, we've owned this before. We think we can make another 15 to 20% on Pinnacle.
Air Lease Corp is in the aircraft leasing business, as its name suggests. Why is this a good play if rates rise?
Well, I think the stock hasn't risen as much as it should have based on fears of rising interest rates. And this is a company that's a specialty banking, lending company. They always take their cost of capital plus a spread. And when rates are rising, that spread is higher dollars. So, they're just matching their cost of capital plus the spread. And they're participating in that whole arena of rising international travel. So about 2/3 of their business is outside the U.S. About 46% is in Asia alone, where people are flying more than they ever have before. So we think it's a great business. The company is only selling at 1 time its growth rate and about a 35% discount to the market. So we think this is another probably 20% upside to the company.
All right. And then quickly, SunTrust Bank, another bank here in the Southeast region.
Right. So again, the Southeast is an area of superior growth versus the rest of the country. We think the tax reform will only assist their loan growth acceleration. The management has been very cautious about upcoming rate hikes, thinking there'll be only 2. We really don't know. The Federal Reserve is going to be completely different down the road as Trump has 3 more appointments on the board, and we have the new chair that just came in. So 2, 4, whichever, the rate hikes would be, it's going to help all the banks, but we think this one's been conservative. They pay a 2.4% dividend yield, the only one of these 3 stocks that pays a dividend. And we're expecting a nice bump, maybe 10 to 15% in the dividend this summer. That
would be a nice bump. Mariann Montagne with Gradient Investments. Have fun with the Super Bowl this weekend in your town of Minneapolis.
Oh, it's the bold north up here.
You're going to read more about Mariann's bold stock picks on our website, nbr.com. Thanks again.